Welcome to On This Day, where we look back at the moments that made history, one day at a time. From major world events to the weird and unexpected, every date has a story. So, what happened on 26th of June? Let's find out. June 26th has been a stage for some of the world's most powerful speeches, scientific breakthroughs, cultural milestones, and yes, a few events that still have people scratching their heads. It's a date that's seen everything from Cold War showdowns to legal victories that redefined human rights. Whether you're into history, science, politics, or pop culture, there's something on today's timeline that'll catch your eye. Let's start with one of the most famous speeches of the 20th century. In 1963, U.S. President John F. Kennedy stood in West Berlin and delivered his iconic Ich bin ein Berliner speech. In the middle of Cold War tensions and a divided city, Kennedy declared his support for West Germany and democracy in a powerful moment of solidarity. And no, the whole "I am a jelly donut" myth, that's been mostly debunked. Back in 1945, the United Nations Charter was signed in San Francisco. After the devastation of World War II, nations came together to create an organization focused on diplomacy, peace, and global cooperation. The UN has had its ups and downs, but this signing marked a huge step in rebuilding a more united world. In 1974, the very first UPC barcode was scanned at a supermarket in Ohio. The item? A pack of Wrigley's Juicy Fruit Gum. That small beep kicked off a revolution in retail and inventory systems. And now, barcodes are scanned billions of times every day. On June 26, 2015, the U.S. Supreme Court made a landmark ruling in Obergefell v. Hodges, legalizing same-sex marriage nationwide. It was a massive moment for LGBTQ+ rights in America, a decision that affirmed love and equality under the law. Across the country, celebrations erupted and rainbow flags flew high. In 1948, the Berlin airlift officially began. After the Soviet Union blocked access to West Berlin, Allied planes started delivering food, fuel, and supplies to keep the city going. For over a year, they made nearly 300,000 flights. It was an early Cold War showdown and a logistical miracle. June 26th also saw the release of The Fifth Element in 1997 in many international markets. The sci-fi cult classic was a wild, colorful mashup of action, fashion, and weirdness, and it became a favorite for fans who like their space adventures with a splash of chaos and a lot of Bruce Willis. Let's rewind to 1870 when Christmas was officially declared a federal holiday in the United States. Before that, it wasn't always widely celebrated, and in some places it was even frowned upon. But by the late 19th century, the holiday spirit was becoming part of the national culture and Congress made it official. In 1977, Elvis Presley gave what would be his final concert, held in Indianapolis. Just 2 months later, the king of rock and roll passed away, leaving behind a musical legacy that still inspires generations. That last show, packed with fans, emotion, and pure Elvis energy. Love discovering what happened on this day in history? Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Now let's jump to 1997, when J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was published in the UK. Just 500 copies were printed in the first run. Now those are worth thousands. The boy wizard would go on to cast a spell over the entire world, launching a series that became a global phenomenon. Back in 1284, legend says the Pied Piper of Hamelin led the children of the town away in revenge for not being paid to remove a rat infestation. It's one of those eerie folk tales that stuck, and it's tied to this very date. Was it based on something real? Maybe, but it definitely left a lasting story. In 1906, the first Grand Prix motor race took place in Le Mans, France. It was a grueling 12-hour event over 2 days and marked the beginning of high-speed motorsport as we know it today. If you're a Formula One fan, this is where the race began. In 1990, Nelson Mandela received the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award. It was a rare honor given to a non-Indian, recognizing Mandela's global fight for human rights and equality. It showed how far his legacy stretched, across borders, continents, and cultures. On this day in 2000, the Human Genome Project announced it had completed a rough draft of the human genetic code. Scientists had mapped about 85% of our DNA, opening new doors to medical research, genetic understanding, and, for better or worse, ancestry testing kits you can order online. And in 1908, a massive explosion shook Siberia. The Tunguska event. A mysterious blast flattened over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. No crater was found and no impact site. Most scientists agree it was likely caused by a meteor exploding in the atmosphere, but to this day it remains one of the greatest unsolved space mysteries on Earth. That's what happened on 26th of June throughout history. Made it this far? Drop your favorite historical fact in the comments. Learned something new? Hit subscribe and come back tomorrow. You never know what the past has in store.